Good afternoon, everyone. It is privilege to be here today to discuss one of the most important emergency management topic. Actually, this topic is especially from NFPA new code, NFPA 1660. We can discuss regarding the planning. I mean, what kind of planning we need and what kind of uh, hazard identification, what kind of uh, risk assessment we have to do before any kind of disaster, any kind of emergency, or how we can run our work, our service smoothly, or our business smoothly. We can also discuss about the business impact analysis, what kind of thing, what kind of incident, what kind of emergencies can impact our business. Hopefully, today we will explore how risk assessment identify hazards and while business impact analysis help us understand the ripple effect of emergency planning and resilience. Let's dive into it. Hopefully, you people will understand what kind of topic we have. It's a very easy, not a a difficult wording. You people may have any query or any question. You can ask me. You can ask me in any language you can speak. Okay, I will try my best to explain to you. So the purpose for being here is to just deliver a lecture. I mean, a discussion for your knowledge, for your future improvement and your capacity building. Please participate. Participate from your mic, participate from your signs, from thumb up, from video, anywhere. Okay. Everyone, my screen is available.
Yes, it is available.
Okay, good. Okay. So this is the chapter 5. So planning, what are the steps of planning? What we have to do? I mean, if you are running an organization, or you are a CEO, or you are the manager of an organization, if the person, you are the person who are, who you are the person, you can handle all the project or organization. So make a plan for it. And you are thinking about what kind of planning you have to do. So first of all, the first step in the planning is identifying the hazard and probability of occurrence. I mean, what kind of hazards in that area you are facing? What kind of hazards are there that when you are working environment? If you are working in industrial side, it should be different. If you're working in a fertilizer, it should be different. If you're working in a facility management, it's different. If you're working in a hospital, it should be different. So as per your environment and as your site, as per your facility, so what kind of hazards you can imagine about the any area in your mind that if I am working here or I am working right now here, so what will be the site I have and I am the owner or I am the manager or GM of the site. So what kind of hazards I am facing? So you can identify the hazard and probability of occurrence and how many chances of their occurrence, how many percentage of their occurrence. I gave you example on it. If you have a diesel storage area. So what kind of hazard you are facing in generator room, fuel filling, electricity, cable management, short circuit, electric shock like this. So how many percentage of probability of occurrence of it? So this is the first step. You have to identify the hazard. Evaluate and monitor. Evaluate percentage and monitor. You have to monitor it. Okay, identify hazard and then monitor and vulnerability, impact the person's uh, property and area also. How many people can disturb or impact from this hazard and how should be the damage of property or loss you can face if is occur or it's happen. I mean vulnerability of that hazard. Then conduct business impact analysis. After, see, just go with step by step. First of all, you have identified the hazard. Then you you can identify the person, identify the thing that are the vulnerable, are impact, are the affectable, and then conduct the business. What is the impact of this hazard on your business, on your community, on your finance, on your organization also? And then conduct the resource need assessment. What kind of resources you required? What kind of resources you need? Conduct a resources need assessment. For if this kind of incident or accident happened, so what kind of resources you required? So need assessment of these resources. In case of emergency, you need what kind of resources you required, what kind of a person you require, what kind of manpower you required in case of emergency, what kind of equipment you required. So you need to conduct a social needs assessment. Okay. After that, you need establishment agreement. What kind of agreement? Agreement with other organizations. If we're talking about in emergency service, you need to establish a plan with your civil defense, with your other organization, with police department, with municipal committee like this. Okay, seem like if I'm talking about the fertilizer or an oil and gas field, they should have establishment plan in case of emergency, what kind of resources he required, and they can help him in kind of this emergency. Hopefully, you can understand this slide. Everyone okay with it? Any question? What is the strategic planning must be defined? So planning and design process. We are going to the next slide. Strategic planning must define the entity vision, mission, and goal of the program. If you are going to do a strategical planning, this should be define your organization's vision. What kind of vision you have? Entity mean your organization, your facility, or your what can I say? Your organization department, or we cannot say the department actually. Or you can say the organization, your facility, or your property, or the oil and gas field you are. The vision. The strategic planning must define the entity's vision. What kind of vision you have? It's depend on the planning you did or planning you have made for it. And what is your mission for this to save your organization, to save your entity, and to save your property? And what is your goal of this program? Okay. The vision statement is the aspiration of the program. The vision, what is your vision? It's a statement, is the aspiration, I mean, aim or hope of the program. The mission statement articulate the program's purpose. This show the correct, the program's purpose. What is the purpose? What is the, need of this mission? And the goal dictate how the program will achieve its vision and mission. And goal dictates, shows and tell you how the program will achieve its vision and mission. What is your vision and mission? Anyone?
Sir, in this program, our mission is to learn the fire safety and learning the development of program.
Okay, good. As per your entity, I mean, if you are a owner of any facility, you are the organizational head. So the question is, vision and mission of the program, what is your goal on it? If your goal, see, the goal dictates how the program will achieve its vision and mission. So it's all depend on your goal. Set a goal that what kind of strategy or planning you're doing, that this thing can achieve your vision and mission you are doing or you have to face in future. You got it? Seem like we are going step by step. See, first of all, we have just, identify hazard, identify vulnerability, then conduct business impact, then conduct need assessment, establish agreement, then design process, vision, mission, and goal. And now your entity goal. What is your entity goal? The goal perform objective of the program must be based on the result of the risk assessment and business impact analysis. Goal performance shows what is based on the risk assessment you are doing, including hazard analysis of your facility, your organization, your site, okay, and business impact analysis. What kind of impact on your business of this risk assessment and analysis? This show the performance and your goals. This is the, if you're focused on this line, now you can read this one. You have a clear message here. Okay. The result of risk assessment and business impact analysis will help develop information to prepare prevention and mitigation strategies. The result from risk assessment and business impact analysis will help to develop information to prepare prevention, what kind of prevention we have to do, what kind of uh, equipment we required, what kind of safety we required, what kind of uh, what can I say, what kind of manpower we required to prevent our facility, what kind of safety we required to prevent our facility, and how many mitigation we can do. Going to be installed new generator, going to with your example, okay, and you're going to start install generator on your site, and you see that a lot of risks are there, hazards are there. I mean, the ground lines, the ground electric lines, pipelines, gas lines on that area. Okay, and there is also a high voltage line on it. You have an issue with to shifting the equipment on that area. A poor road condition. These are all the hazards you are facing. The first thing is to change your mind. I'm not going to install the generator here. Okay, but choose another site or another way. But if you have a no other choice, you have to install here, then you have to protect these things. You have to prevent these lines. You have to mitigate. You have to give them solution. Okay. Seem like you have to make a new road for it. These are the things you are doing to mitigate. Okay. Then to make a strategy to install the generator. The result will enable the entity to understand what procedure should be documented in the emergency response, emergency operation, crisis management, quantity, and recovery plans. After the result of planning, you can, in the emergency response, emergency operation, crisis, management and recovery plans. Okay. Crisis management planning. Strategic planning must define the entity's vision, mission, and goals of the program. Performance objectives are used to translate into activities. This already we discussed previously. Crisis management planning must address an event or series of event. Crisis management planning. Crisis management planning must address an event on or series of events that severely impacts or has the potential to severely impact an entity's operations, brand, image, reputation, market share, ability to business, or relationship with key stakeholders. See, if we are now talking about the impact of severity, what kind of impact your entity can face in operation? I mean, your brand may be flop, your image in market may be go down, your reputation should maybe damage, your market share down, ability to business. It is difficult for you to increase again in the business of this, uh, in the business line, relationship with other businessmen. These are the impact of crisis. This is the you can face if you are facing any kind of accident or incident in your facility or your site or in your organization. Uh, Clear? What is the purpose of identifying hazard? It's very clear, by the way, but just for your information, identifying hazard to your identity determine the likelihood and severity of their occurrence over time. So we know that how much the severity of this, I mean, hazard to occurrence. I mean, how many chances are, what is the impact of this hazard if it's occurred? Okay. If you can see, determine the likelihood and severity of this occurrence over time with the passage of time. Okay, those hazards with the highest likelihood and severity may help focus the entity business impact and resources needs. Again, if the hazard is bigger, if hazard is bigger, then that obviously is severity is more than is our thinking or more than our the impact is more than impact our organization or our entity. Okay, so to just depend on our planning. It's what kind of planning we did for identification that hazard. Again, we are going to our first example. We are talking about the generator room. If there was a generator fuel tank for generator, if something, there is a short circuit and there is a fire in this fuel tank. So how much bigger, what is the capacity of this fuel tank? What is the impact of this hazard? How much chances of this incident to be cover the premises, your premises areas? What are the chances of people are working there? What is the chances of building collapse like this? So severity may help to focus entity business impact and resources. What kind of resources you required and to cover this emergency like this? Risk assessment analysis. It's a very important table if you people can focus on it. First of all, the hazard. First of all, the hazard. What kind of hazard we have? Now you can understand from this chart that what kind of hazard you are facing in your facilities and your around in your entity, and what are the assets that are at risk, including your staff and people also, and what is the impact of this accident, or if its hazard is going to be a, I mean, make a accident. Okay, so first of all, the hazard, then the asset and the people will on at risk, and the impact on your entity, impact on your image, impact on your business like this. So we can just firstly one by one read it. First of all, we can read the hazards. Anyone help me please regarding this? I want to listen from your side. One by one, if you can please read the hazards. Yes, please.
Fire or explosion,
Fire explosion. Yes.
natural hazards,
Natural hazards. Natural hazards
hazardous,
like.
hazardous materials, spill or release,
Okay.
terrorism, workplace violence,
Okay. Good.
pandemic disease, utility
Yes.
outage, hardware failure,
Yes.
mechanical breakdown, IT interruption
Mhm.
or disruption, supplier failure.
Exactly. These are the hazards we are facing. Let's suppose in your entity or in your organization or your site or in your facility, you have this kind of hazards. Okay. I don't think so. These hazards are unknown. Everyone know about these hazards. Okay. And everyone know about the terrorism, pandemic disease, utility outage, or whatever failure. These are the common hazards are written here. Okay. So what is the who was at risk? Yes, please. Anyone else? Any other else?
Yes, sir. People, buildings, raw
People,
material,
yeah,
and
people mean
finished
your
good.
one by one, one by one, one by one. Please stay on. One
Yes,
by
sir.
one, okay? People mean your worker, your staff, they are working here. So they are the people, okay? Building, I mean your facility, I mean your premises, the area of your office, the area of building you are working, okay? And
Raw materials and finished goods.
yeah, raw material, the storage, like people make the storage for raw material. Yes, okay. Next.
Equipment.
Equipment you are using, like equipment like vehicles, if you have other equipment, all equipment you are using in your, if you have a computer lab, if you have furniture, if you have a vehicle, if you have other kind of all computer in your industry, machinery are using. Yes. Next. Yes, information technology.
Information technology.
Okay, got it. Next. Environment also impact the environment if there is a kind of any hazards. So there should be impact on our environment. Okay, business operations, image reputation, cash, financial asset also can at risk. Okay, our financial assets also on a risk. So what is the impact of these hazards on our entity? Yes, anyone from my team? Saviso.
Impacts are specialties, property damage, business interruption.
I think you have
Loss
on
of
your mic from different sides. Just you can please off the speakers if you have a close another person's. See, yeah, carry on.
Yes, okay. After again, the impacts are casualties,
Yeah,
property damage, business
property
interruption,
damage. Yes,
yes, business interruption,
business interruption. Got
loss of
it.
customers,
Loss of
loss
customer.
of
Of course, we can lose the customers.
customers,
Yes,
obviously financial loss,
obviously financial loss.
yes, environmental
Environmental
contamination,
contamination. Yes, in term environment contamination is most important. Yes,
then
loss of the
loss of
confidence in the entity. Obviously, if you have faced in any kind of accident from this hazard, so your share will be down and your confidence, obviously, you can lose your confidence in the market.
even
Your
people
fines
will
and penalties,
now
obviously, you can face the fines and penalty from the government side, government sectors, and law and orders.
uh, uh, okay, fines and penalties.
Yes,
Yes.
and
Yes,
lawsuits. Okay, so just take a look again. First of all, we read the hazards, then the asset at risk, a person or area of risks, and the impact on our entity and our organization or our facility. So what kind of hazards we are facing in our areas? So there are different type of hazards now we can discuss. Everyone know about these hazards, but we are going to repeat, okay? And it may possible it's something new for you here. Hazards type, natural hazards like geological, meteorological, and biological, human caused event like accidental and intentional, technological, economic, financial, strategical, and humanitarian issues. So now we are going to discuss it one by one. Natural hazards like if you are talking about the geological, it's earthquake, it's landslide, mudslide, lahar, subsidence, tsunami, volcano. Okay, these kind of geological hazards may impact your organization, may impact your site, may facility. Okay, natural hazards. Natural hazards is still a natural hazard. Second part, meteorological. Okay, meteorological drought mean rainfall, extreme hot or cool temperature. For mine, I mean for my mean, you can say it, a flood. No, for mine, okay. Sorry, for mine means starvation. Starvation, a food starvation. Just like where we have example of right now. Same fine flood, flash flood, lightning, sky lightning, snow, ice hail, wildland fire, windstorm, tropical cyclone, hurricane, tornado, water sport is all are the meteorological hazards. Another natural hazards are biological hazards. Foodborne illness like disease, any kind of food from just like diarrhea, like this, infection, communicable biomedical disease. These are the biological hazards. It's also natural hazards. Human caused hazards. What kind of hazards that caused by a human, like building structure collapse? Obviously, in any building structure collapse, it is possible there was error from any human in map or in building structure in material or something like this. Inter Entrapment, explosion, fuel resources shortage, hazardous material spill leakage, equipment failure, nuclear reactor, radiological incident, transportation incident, unavailability of essential employees, water control structure failure, and misinformation. These are the hazards. They are from the human caused. And what these are the accidental and these are the intentional. Accidental mean this he didn't do it by himself. Is happened. He did not want to go it by you say by himself. I mean you can say it's accidentally happened. He is intentionally not appear in this accident in this hazard, but it's happened. But due to a human's error or people's mistakes, it's incident happen. Okay, but if intentionally is a part of this hazard or accident, so it's called intentional hazard. Like incidental fire. I mean, he start a fire. Okay, um, bomb threat, demonstration, civil distribution route, resources, discrimination, harassment, disinformation, rumors, false allegations, kidnapping, hostage, geopolitical risk, missing person, cybersecurity incidents, product defect, contamination, robbery, theft, strike or labor dispute, suspicious package, terrorism, vandalism, sabotage, workplace, school, university violence, supply chain constraint or failure. So these are the intentional that were created by a humans hazards. Technological hazard. What kind of technological hazards we can face, or we can face? It's hardware, software failure, network connectivity failure, interruption or disruption, utility interruption, utility failure, or any kind of also a main hazard of nowadays from technological is uh, internet failure. Has economical or financial, what kind of economical hazards we may face? A foreign currency exchange rate, ups and downs, economical secession, boycott, theft, fraud, use of in his business accounts, a scandal involving currency, mentalities, instruments, goods, and intellectual property. These are the economical financial attacks. Okay, and strategical loss of senior executive. It may possible beyond this accident or beyond this hazard. He lost his senior executive or senior GM or senior person. Just they don't want to go through with you just because of these hazards that you are not sincere with your organization, with your site, or with your entity. Fail acquisition strategic initiative. Okay, so these are the strategic hazard and last one is humanity issues. Humanity issues, we already discussed this, their first revision of their facilities, their insurance, uh, their, uh, their after work facilities, medical facilities like this. So these are the main uh, hazards we are face in our we may face in our facility or entity that we need to plan. We need to plan according to these hazards. So if we are going back to our first slide, it seems like identify hazard and probabilities of occurrence. So now one by one we read all the hazards, all type of hazards, okay, created by human, intellectual or accidental, natural hazards like this, okay. So according to the hazards, we have to understand that what kind of strategy, what kind of planning we need for our entity to fulfill the all requirement, what kind of equipment we need, what kind of resources we required, what kind of uh, uh, connection we required, what kind of agreements we required with our agencies, with our with other departments. So the strategic planning is most important for any organization or any entity to make sure his to go through his business or work in his area. That's all. This is just one chapter from NFPA 1660. If you have any query, any question, you can ask me or just message or text me or email me. I will answer. Hey guys, thank you. Thank you so much. It's clear from my side. Okay, thank you. I'm going to leave. Take care. Have a good day.